Photoshop. We are using Photoshop, the actual Photoshop on our iPad this week, not Photoshop Fix and not Mix right now, because I want to show you some very cool things you can do here. So please, for now, let's play with it. Choose Create New and hit Create. And I want you to notice that what we have on our left, these are our tools. What we have on our right, depending on how your screen is set up right now, you might not see these here, these stacks of paper. These are your layers. Very important if you want to be able to see all the layers at one time, which I like. I choose this one with the middle. And if I want to adjust a layer, I have the lines and the dots. Let's just get started. We'll keep learning as we go. We're going to play with the paintbrush tool. So I'm going to choose paintbrush. I want you to notice that when you chose paintbrush, the options popped up. Now maybe they're down here. If you tap this, you can move them to wherever you want them. I have choices for my color. These are your colors that you're choosing from. I'm going to keep green. If I wanted a different color, I would just tap that circle, and I can use the slider bar to pick a color, and then I can raise this up or down to get different values, tints and shades of the color. So I'm going to use a bright green, and then next I can change the size of my brush by tapping the numbers, sliding up or down, and you can see it shows you the size of your brush. So I'm going to use a medium-sized brush, and here I can change the opacity of my paint. I'm going to paint in this case with full opacity, bold, dark. Now I forgot one more thing. Tap the brush tool, and you can choose what kind of paintbrush you have. For this demonstration, I'm going to use the brush pen because I like the taper of it. So just make some lines on your paper. I like this because if I press down and pull away, the line will be thick and then it goes to thin. So just do some basic mark making here. One of the things I want to show you right away is this, my friend, the undo button. If you want to undo, if you don't like something, just go backward, okay? If you want to erase, go in your toolbox, find the eraser tool, and again, you can change the size of the eraser, the opacity of the eraser, and the hardness of the eraser. So right now, I have a very funky eraser picked because just like the paintbrush tool, it allows me to pick different types of erasers. Kind of interesting. You could play with shape there. All right, I'm going to just go back to a hard round eraser, and it allows me to erase. Now, this is its own layer, so it's also erasing part of that layer palette here. So we're just going to keep demonstrating with the paintbrush tool. But here's what you need to know to complete the activity. Visible, and then it's not affecting me. So right now, when you see checkerboards, when I added a new layer, it was transparent. It was blank. That's what the checkerboard means. I'm going to drop a color in there, and I'm going to get a paintbrush tool, and I'm going to choose a color, and I'm going to show you this technique. It's very simple. Draw a shape. Here's a circle. Close the shape, meaning that when you're drawing it, make sure that the end touches where you began, so it's not open, okay? If I use the the fill bucket tool, I'm going to grab a different color so you can see it, and I tap that shape, it'll fill it up. See, that's just a quick tip. But if I tap here, the one that's open, it goes outside of the shape. So, my friends, what's the point of the story? The point of the story is, if you want to fill something in, you got to close the shape. And if you don't, then when you go to fill it, it's going to fill the whole entire thing up. To delete a layer, you're going to press when you're playing around, if you want to get rid of that layer, 3 dots, delete layer. Okay, so now let's play again. I'm going to get a paintbrush. I'm using the brush pen. I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to draw a shape, use my bucket, fill it up. Now, I want to add a little bit of a highlight on here, so I'm going to add white. And it looks like, see, that looks like a highlight hitting it. That's a fun little effect, right? Maybe I want to make the bottom darker. So I'm going to go to a darker value. Maybe I want to put a cast shadow. So it looks like my shape is three-dimensional and throwing a shadow on there. Remember, if a light comes from here, that would be a highlight, and then it would put a shadow on the opposite side. So you can, like I said, get as involved or not involved as you want. So play with it, draw. When you're all done with your play, I want you to send it to me, do quick export, or Shobi, sorry, and into your e-learning bin, okay?